Yo, what's going on, boys? Check it out. So in this video, I want to share with you guys how I was able to effectively time manage myself so I could have balance in my life, so I could prioritize my health, but still have fun on the weekends and still do this and that, still have and eat ice cream, right? Still be able to go out with friends and family and still be able to own a house and be able to work my corporate job, okay? And to not be stressed out, because that is going to be the biggest thing. Guys, I make a joke all the time that I divorced stress a long time ago. Do I still feel stressed out? Of course. It's just a joke that I've done that, but it was something in my brain that switched like a trigger in college where I was like, you know what? I'm done being stressed out. I just decided that it was done. Okay? So rule number one, as men, we need to stop following our emotions. They are lying to us, okay? Oh, I don't feel like working out today. Okay, well, actually, maybe you do, because guess what? I've had some of the best workouts when I didn't feel like it. I literally felt like I wasn't gonna be able to push any weight. I was literally yawning by going to the gym, and I was able to push new PRs. How does that work, right? And so literally our emotions and how we feel are lying to us sometimes. Oh, if you're sick, okay, that's totally different. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about this depression state of, I don't feel like it, okay? Literally came home and I felt like laying down today. Okay, today's actually my rest day, so I'm not going to work out. But if I had come home and felt that, I've been like, wow, why am I feeling like this? You know, this was a habit pattern I had about 5 years ago where it was like, oh, I'd come home, lay down on the couch, fall asleep, you know, dishes still a mess, wake up at 1 in the morning, like, what's going on here? Throbbing headache. And I decided to take actual action. What is actual action? That's intentional action to take accountability for my life and what I was doing. All right? If you can't take accountability for your own actions, nobody else will, and no one is going to respect you. Okay? When we're working our jobs and whatnot, oh, I'm this person at work, and then I'm this person at home. We need to be the same person everywhere. Right? Because guess what? That's going to build up your confidence, and then it's going to build up your respect. And it's going to hold you accountable to become that better version that is already inside of you, bro. You just don't know it. Sometimes our ego holds us back. We're like, you know what? I think I can be like this, but maybe not. Because my past traumatic events, right? Maybe I was bullied as a kid, right? I know I was. Cool. What did I do for that? Exposure therapy. Okay, I started going out talking to girls. Big deal. You know, started getting rejected about all the time. Not all the time, but, you know, quite a bit. And I was like, you know what? That wasn't actually that bad. And so you start training your brain differently from those thoughts that you used to have. And you're like, you know what? I can detach myself from having this ego. And I can be whoever it is I want to be. I can change myself and not be the guy that has the same habit pattern to come home and just lay down. And that's exactly what I did. And so from there, I empowered myself to be able to say, you know what? Now I'm going to build a schedule. And so I'd go to work, I'd bring my workout clothes with me, and this is what I've been doing still, even today. And then an hour before the workout, when I would go, I would have my pre-workout snack, okay? Whether that's your almonds, whether that's a banana or something. It's just what you gotta do, okay? Now, why do you wanna have a pre-workout snack? Well, you wanna have that energy, that glycogen store build up so that you can actually push something at the gym. Me personally, I really like to have a little bit of pre-workout, some caffeine, because I don't personally take caffeine at all during the day until it's a workout. And so at that point, I need like that massive rush. It gets me focused in the zone, what I call the trance state. And at that point, you're going to be able to make massive gains because you're really just like locked in. If you want to go in and bring a hat, or if you want to bring a hoodie in, that's what I did yesterday. I brought in a hoodie. I just felt like totally locked in. It was you versus the weights. And so when you can prioritize your time that way, that's going to help. Okay, going to bed on time. Over here, I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. But I've got a clock over here. Yeah, there it is. I've got a clock across from my bed, so I have to stand up and walk over here and turn it off. Okay? Before, what did I used to do? I used to have it on my phone and it was just right next to my head. Oh yeah, just snooze. Snooze. I don't like doing that. And then what? Doing your daily routines, your morning routines. I don't feel like doing push-ups. I don't feel like reading my Bible. I don't feel like brushing my teeth today. Okay, I don't always feel like doing a lot of stuff. It's called being an adult. And the sooner you can learn that, the sooner we can get on with the program. So that you can lead by example for your family. Okay, man, how many of you guys want to lead your families? Or is it you want the woman to lead and you just want to be dragged by the nose? Okay, because a woman has to respect you in order to be with you. Period. And to really be with you. Okay, she could just be around, but I'm talking about actually respecting you, letting you lead, being submissive, just the way the Bible talks about how a woman should be, being submissive to her husband and everything else. It's great, and things work out. And so that's one of the biggest things, is setting that up. The other thing I like to do is set up my whole week starting on Sunday. What does that mean? Okay, well, first of all, you got to get your meal preps in order. See, what does that mean? You have to decide what it is you're going to eat, and something that fits your macros. Are you trying to bulk right now? Are you trying to cut down? What is it you're trying to do? From there, you can go ahead and put in on your tracker. Okay, if you guys aren't using an app tracker, you need to download one. Okay, there's one called Lose It. That's what I like to use. You can also use MyFitnessPal. Just depends. And yeah, you're probably gonna have to pay a little bit of money. But I tell you what, if you don't pay any money at all, you are not going to be invested as much. Why is that? Because if I have no skin in the game, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm not going to take anything seriously. Why do you think, my parents, for example, would come in and say, well, you didn't do the trash, so we're going to take your allowance away as a kid? Well, because they knew that eventually they couldn't just like spank you anymore, so it was like time to hurt it where it hurts. And what is that? It's the money wallet, because that's an investment. Oh, I don't want that to happen again. I want my money for the things I want to do. And so when you're actually investing time, energy, and money into something, you're going to take it more seriously. So if that's something you need to do for yourself, to commit to for your goals and to help you out, then do it. Okay, I pay for it. It's like $20 a year or something like that. Not bad at all. And to have accountability, I think that's pretty good. So that's one thing. Once you get everything set up on Sunday, then you go to bed at a decent hour, okay, at your bedtime. It's funny, I ask people, when's your bedtime? And they're like, I don't have a bedtime. I'm grown. Oh, really? And then you wonder why your life sucks, honestly. And so when we can start taking accountability and say, you know what, I'm going to bed at this time. Like for me, I like going to bed at 11. Okay, then I'll be up at 6, that kind of thing. I have 2 days of rest, and then I work out the other days. And it's not an intense, long workout either. Guys, you don't need to be working out forever. 45 minutes, good enough. And then we move on. That's how we're going to have a lot of balance. Don't be working out 2-3 hours. That's what I used to do, like 2 hours, sometimes 3 at the gym. We don't need to do that. You're not going to make any more gains there. The gains are going to be made by your rest days, by the kitchen, and then stimulating your muscles. And that's it. Go for strength training, okay? That's what I love to do, because strength training is not only going to make you stronger, but it's also going to increase the size of the muscle as well, and moving forward. So either adding more weight and then more sets. Okay, so usually I'll do like 3 sets, sometimes 4, but if you want to do like a rep range from like 6 to 8, for example, that's what I'm calling the E bracket. Okay, so for example, this would be like 6, 7, 8. Okay, if you're up to 8, you'd want to drop it back down to 6 and increase the weight. All right, but while you're doing 6, 7, 8, that's going to be the same weight. Does that make sense? The E bracket is something I like to use. It's from aviation, actually, where if you're too high, okay, you're too fast. Now you're right in the range. So that's what I use to gauge, okay, I'm able to up the weight this week, okay? Or I just need to keep the same weight and increase the reps. So use that to kind of determine that as well. But guys, I'm just telling you, the biggest ways is setting your week up right, having your meals all set up, whether that's your dinner as well. You need to know what you're going to eat, so then you can go and attack the mission. When you go into the grocery store, oh, I feel like having this today. I feel like doing this. How many people do you see at the grocery store just going in saying, I feel like this today. I feel like having Oreo cookies. Stop operating off emotions. That is not going to get us to our goals. Okay? That's going to make you feel even worse, right? And especially if you're not tracking it. It's one thing to be like, okay, I'm going to splurge today. Okay, today I'm going to have a you know, a carb day. Cool. I'm okay with that. I still eat ice cream and everything else, but I track it down. Because if you're not tracking it, you have no data. And when you have no data, you have no data analysis. And then guess what? You can't make any future predictions on where to go into your life. Because you're like, you know what? I don't know where to be. You know, I wasn't weighing myself this whole time, so why am I like 140 right now? I'm scared to look at the scale, blah blah blah. Like all these like mind tricks in your brain. And I'm a very deep person, so my girl knows that. You know, I just love talking deep because that's where the root of the problems are, not the surface level. Cool, you don't have a big delt. Who cares? That's not the problem. The problem is much, much deeper than that, and that's what I aim to help you guys with, is a lot of the mindset behind this all, and to really dive in deep with that. Okay, because the body follows the mind. Okay, if somebody has a decent looking physique, obviously they've conquered at least a little bit of their mind, right? And then your faith has to go with it as well, because you could have the body, you could have the money, you could have the cars and everything else, but you're still going to have something missing, and you're going to feel that, and you're not going to be at peace, and you're going to be wondering, why do I feel like this? And so guys, I just urge you to think about that moving forward, and to plan your time accordingly. Maybe there's a day where you can't go to the gym because you got to go do something else. Cool, don't beat yourself up about it. Maybe either do it another day or whatnot, but go to the gym the amount you can commit to do. And maybe that means moving to a closer gym. Maybe that means getting a different gym. Guys, I was going to LA Fitness, okay? I was finding I was taking way too much time to go through everything. There was way too many people there. Then I went to a different gym, okay? It was a private gym. That one's super close, but they don't have everything I like as far as what they're charging for it. And so I'm also going to Lifetime. And so I have these different gyms set up where it's like, okay, you know, value, cost, time, distance, like all these things like weigh in, and you're wondering, okay, how can I maximize my time? So always, you know, playing around with that a little bit, and not being scared to, you know, wander off and experiment a little bit. It's okay. It's okay to want to experiment. I love doing that. You only learn when you do that too. We can't be scared, you know, moving forward. So let me think. Anything else about time management right now? That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm waking up at 6. I'm going into work by 7, working till 5, working out till 7. So it's a good 12, 13 hour day, man. And my lunch is ready to go. I know what I'm doing for dinners. I am cooking dinner. Tonight we're doing eggs. Okay, we're doing eggs, sot tacos. Okay, it's gonna be with diced potatoes and peppers with some cheese, and it's all weighed out. Okay, guys who don't want to weigh it out, cool. All right, this isn't a diet thing. We're still able to eat everything we want to eat. We're just fitting those puzzle pieces in different ways. Sure, could you lose weight eating Twinkies all day? Yeah, but the macros aren't going to get you to your muscle goals, to your fat loss goals. So sure, you can still do that, but the macronutrients and how you feel is going to be totally off. And it's going to affect your sleep. It's going to affect how inflamed you are. Okay, that's why I love taking fish oils. That's why I love taking turmeric. Okay, things that cause de-inflammation in your body. Okay, taking vitamin E, D, C, K2, all these things to help your body out and to give you the best fighting chance. Because the world is not fair. Okay, guys, I have to tell you this before. The world's not fair. The world doesn't care. The sooner we can learn that, the better. But I tell you who does care. I care, and Jesus cares. Okay, God does care. Okay, He's built you for a purpose, for a reason. Now let's act like it. Okay, let's be ambassadors for Him. Let's look good. Let's spread that good news. All right. Let's live by the way we act and the way we live and treat other people. shows who we are. And when we have that spiritual connection, that mind connection, and the body connection, you're going to be what I call a whole man, and you're going to be restored. And that's just the way it is. And it's amazing. I feel like I've been restored. I feel like I went through a hard time before, and here we are. And so in all these videos, I'm just sharing with you guys a little bit more about me publicly. And so this is what I want to do. Every time I feel a little down or sad or whatever, I love making videos. It's something I just come back to. And I feel like it's my calling as well to be able to speak here and talk to you guys. It's been almost 16 minutes and I'm still just talking. And if you're still with me this far, I really appreciate you. But not just that, I know that you guys who listen this far are going places. Okay, if you're somebody that struggling with something, I'm here for you, bro. Leave a comment down below. Tag a bro. Okay, maybe you know a friend that needs some help, and have them come listen. Check out the Instagram, posting a bunch of stuff over there. If you want to direct message me there too, it's super easy. Guys, I only have 35 followers over there, which is not bad, but the way my mind and how big I think, I expect that to be thousands one day, hundreds of thousands, and to be able to share and help the lives of many people. And so we're just starting, and I'm super excited. Glad you boys are here. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you. I get back to absolutely pretty much everybody unless it's a silly comment or obviously some sort of scam or spam or something like that. But anyway, boys, in a world full of fakeness and deception, here to bring you the truth, here to bring you reality. And I want you to continue to dominate your realities in whatever regard that is, through your health, through your wealth, through your fitness, through your kids, through your legacy, and becoming that leader that you need to be. Okay? So take care, boys, and I'll see you in the next video.